We're getting the cream of the cream, the excitement. We've been talking about this race for almost a year. Best event in track and field, men's 1500. In case you've been sleeping underneath a rock or have never listened to this show before, we love this event, and last year the USA was quite good at it. We had 3 people in the top 5 at the Olympics, led by the Olympic champion, Cole Hocker. Yared Nuguse got the bronze. Hobbs Kessler got 5th. If you think that'll watch for the team, you haven't been paying attention. Mr. Jonah Koech, who may run this or the 8, has run 3:31 and won a Diamond League. Vincent Seatta's also run 3:31. But you've got these young collegians. Nathan Green, 2-time NCAA champion. He's a 3:32 guy. Ethan Strand, 3:33. But he went from last to almost first in the last 150. He doesn't need to win this race. He only needs to finish top 3. If you watch him close NCAAs, you're probably wondering, how could he ever not finish top 3? Hell, if I was coaching him, I'd just tell him to stay in last until 150 to go and run as hard as you can. See if you can get third that way. I would honestly tell him, don't waste any energy at any point in the race. Stay on the rail until the bell. Who else could make it, John?
I actually think that's it. I mean, Joe Oscom won NCAAs twice, but has just been in really bad form this year. So I don't know what's going on with him, but I don't see him making the team. His Washington teammate, Luke Hauser, was the bronze medalist at World Indoors this year, was a 2-time NCAA champion in the indoor mile, but he's always been a lot better indoors than outdoors. I don't think he's quite there for this. And then Vince Ciardi was 4th at the trials last year. He's run 3:31 this year, but I think he's good, but I think last year was his shot to make the team. I just don't think he's as talented as some of these other guys. The first 5 guys you already discussed, Robert. So I expect the team will be some combination of Nuguse, Hocker, Kessler, Strand, Green, or maybe Koech if he runs it. And frankly, I find it hard to imagine any scenario where Cole Hocker and Yared Nuguse don't make the team. I just think they're well-rounded guys. They can both kick well. They're both strong as hell in a fast race. They were 1st and 3rd at the Olympics. They've made 3 of the last 4 teams together. I expect them to go 1-2 in some order. For me, it's about who finishes 3rd.
I can see a scenario where they don't make it, John, and that's one of my horror scenarios. One of these guys isn't on the team. Somehow, if they're like leading from too far out, sort of I guess you could call it like a Jakob situation or something like that, and these guys are more lined up to kick behind them, it's easier to come from behind. I think they're both. I'm pretty confident in both of them. I think it really is more about the 3rd spot. But when I think like what I don't want to see at USA's, it's like one of those top 2 guys to make it. I mean, Kessler was good last year, but he wasn't at this level, and these guys have been so damn good. So let's get them across the line. Not that we ever root for anyone at Let'sRun.com.
And it seems like everyone's down on Hobbs Kessler. He's only 22. He ran 3:46 in the mile indoors. Let me repeat that. 3:46 in the mile indoors. Ran 3:48 at pre letting up. He would have run at 3:47. So PR'd indoors in the 3,000, 7:35, although he was disappointed with that. 1 USA's indoors in the 3 and the 15. But yeah, I said a while ago, I was big on the Nathan Green pick. I said, better medal odds in 2028. I'm going with Nathan Green over Hobbs Kessler. So I got to stick with my theme. Kessler's not making this team. He very well could. But I think Strand's the man. The kick is insane. So again, if I'm coaching him, I'm like, Ethan, I know tactics cost him at NCAAs. Yes, they cost him the win. He doesn't need to run for the win. He can pull a Johnny Gregorek and run in like 10th place until the final 100 and just mow people down and get 3rd. 3rd is as good as 1st if your sole goal is to get to Worlds. So just sit on that rail, pull a centro and do no work. And then well, Syndrome did work. He actually led the whole thing. And then just see where your kick gets you.
I think this race helps him because I'm assuming Nuguse is going to take it and make it a bit faster, and that takes some of the tactical madness out of it. I don't think it's going to be like NCAA's where the whole field's bunched with 200 to go. So I think that helps Strand. And I actually think
No, it doesn't.
flat out drag. What do you mean?
Well, he doesn't want it to be a pure time trial, I don't think.
I'm not saying it's going to be a pure time trial, but I think it's going to be a faster race. Like last year, it was a 3:30 race. I think Ethan Strand could run like 3:31 for third and still kick pretty well. But I think in a pure time trial, I think it helps him more than it helps Green. But Hobbs Kessler, Robert, like you said, last year going into the trials, we were like, this guy's super talented. On paper, he's third best, but we have some doubts. Tactically, he hasn't been that strong, and can he get it done? No, he made the team last year. He's developed into quite a good tactical runner. He was fifth at the Olympics in 3:29. This year, like you said, he ran 3:46 indoors. His bad race is 3:48.3 at the pre-classic, and he swept USA indoors in the 15 and 3K. He's progressed a ton since last year, and we're not going to give him credit for that. Like, to me, I think he's my pick. I want to pick Strand because, like you said, Robert, when he gets moving, I think he's got a really great final 200, and I think he can kick in a fast pace. What worries me about him is he lost 3 of his biggest races this year against collegians. He lost on the DMR anchor to Gary Martin. He went too early. He lost on the 4x-mile anchor at the Penn Relays, and he lost the NCAA 1500 final. So I'm going to pick a guy who he did win NCAA indoors in the 3K, but if I'm going to pick someone who's beating the guy who was 5th in the Olympics last year in 3:29, I want like a sure thing. And Ethan Strand hasn't been a sure thing this year. So
he doesn't need to win the race, John.
I have questions.
He just needs to finish top 3. He ran 3:48 at pre, winning by a lot. That was the B heat, obviously. Weldon, let's hear your picks.
Well, I was essentially writing him off because I'm like, I mean, you guys were, Vincent Ciatti dismissed. But 3:48 is what for the 1500? Comes out probably 3:31 high, 3:30.
Yeah, like 3:31.
I kind of like him more like that because my concern essentially was like, well, what if it's a faster race? Like, he's not a 3:29 guy yet. Maybe he is. He's got to show that. And then I come back and I'm like, nope, actually, like I still think this might be last year at USA's, right? It was a jumping class for him. I still think it might be. I'm going Kessler.
Yeah, I have the same picks as Weldon. Hocker and Nuguse. I think Hocker beats Nuguse as well, which he has not won a 1500 or mile since the Olympics. He's 0-7, but I think he breaks that streak, and this sets him towards the trajectory to get a medal in Tokyo. And Kessler, he was 5th in the Olympics in 3:29 at 21 years old. He's done it on the biggest stage in the sport. Ethan Strand hasn't, so I absolutely would not be surprised at all if Strand kicks him down and gets third and makes this team and runs 3:30. But I trust Hobbs Kessler just a little bit more right now.
All right, let's go to the women's 1500.